everybody. Welcome to the next session. I'm very excited to have you all here. Feel free to just take a couple seconds to settle in. We have Jeremy here. It's going to be an awesome session, but we'll kick off in just a minute. All righty, I think we are ready to go. So over the last 2.5 decades, Jeremy Horn has had the opportunity to work on a variety of consumer and enterprise products. He now leads product management for Cognizant, the leader in digital transformation with over 300,000 associates around the world as the VP Global Head of Product Management. So Jeremy, at this point, I think Cognizant's a household name. Super excited to have you here. And let's jump right into your session.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining. Just a little bit more about me, a little bit more background. In addition to my role at Cognizant, I've founded many startups and I've held many leadership roles at other organizations, including places like Viacom. I've worked in a variety of industries from media and network security to gaming, wearables, IoT, AI. And at my core, I'm very passionate about elevating and growing product management practitioners, its beneficiaries, and really creating curricula and instructing and helping out as much as I can with the broader community, from working with schools like CMU Hines, the New School, General Assembly, and that's why I'm here today. I love doing this. I love sharing my POV, and really for everything from events, podcasts, radio. On the top, and frequently you'll find me talking about product management, startups, future of work, AI. You also may know me as the product guy. I'm the founder of the product group, very large here where I am located in New York City, as well as in London. And also run a large mentorship program. We're in over 25 countries around the world, also called the Product Mentor. I went to Carnegie Mellon Computer Science, but with all of that said, let's really just let's dive into today's talk. In talking about product management, we're talking about solving real business problems for real people. And sure, there are more complex or comparative definitions of product management that I could have used. It's about finding the most important problems that when solved will have the greatest impact on the business. It's about the people, those people who practice product management. Most often product managers are there to discover a product that is valuable, usable, and feasible, in the words of renowned Marty Kagan. In order to understand the future, that is where product management is going, and the increasingly positive outcomes for both product manager and the global 2000 companies, we're going to start our conversation on the new and upcoming generations of amazing people in the workforce. And notably, that's Generation Y, Generation Z. So to look at the future of product management is really to look at our future. Understanding the powerful points of views of Generation Y and Generation Z, they make up greater than 46% of the workforce, according to Gallup, and in driving positive cultural change around the globe for everyone, for the top global organizations. These are both our users and our associates. When you're looking at Generation Y and Z, they want companies who care, are ethical, transparent, and support diversity and inclusion, who provide clear career advancement opportunities and education, who recognize that there's more to life than work and provide the flexibility to support their employees' whole selves. The impact of these characteristics, the role and impact of product management have very much been obviously accelerated by the pandemic, accelerated to a future where those companies that can best empower their people through pods, technology, legacy, subject matter expertise, scale, product mindset will also be those demonstrating market leading differentiation, accelerated to a future of holistic product management. The future of product management isn't products. The future of management is product management. A mindset and forward-leaning philosophy. The future of product management can not only be can be seen not only expanding to but also driving all areas of the organization beyond tech, biz dev, marketing, HR, a world in which we've gone beyond talking about product mindset. And when you think about product mindset, it's the why behind everything companies do. And move towards all employees embodying it, maybe seen through metrics that show real value rather than vanity, story points, end user or customer at the center of every decision, from product decisions through how the org is structured, solving all problems with a product management approach, fast learning, iterating, KPIs, and goal alignment. Again, not just limited to products, but how the organization functions. The future is one made up of really three important building blocks. First one, as you can see here, inclusion. Everyone is part of generating value. Diversity, action, the backgrounds and thinking and ideas, maximizing everyone's unique perspective and facilitating the integration of everyone's strengths and perspectives towards a whole. Secondly, collaboration. The role of the product manager is not will not be really that as the sole idea creator, but of and intra team facilitator, aligning everyone to those North Star goals and maximizing the skills of everyone involved. SMEs, technical, heritage, industry, user, continuously keeping everyone in the loop towards the common goal. Thirdly, distribution. Maximizing the team with the best people to solve the problems at hand, regardless of their location. I think we can all really internalize and grasp that at this point. Remote work is really the new normal. More appealing place to work. Increasing the leveraging of cloud-based tools to coordination amongst pod members, stakeholders, clients, etc. Put simply, pulling all this together, everyone contributes. Everyone experiments, learns, validates. Everyone matters. Yes, this is the future of product management that will increasingly become the norm over the next 5 to 10 years. But here today, these future-facing components are also at the core to our approach of product management, product managers, clients, and beyond. So what? I think that might be a question you might be thinking to yourself right now. Product management is a large part about embracing change, right? So let's look at what that means for. Let's look at what this means for the product manager. There's a great annual study done by Feedback Loop where they track all manner of dimensions associated with product management. In their 2021 report, and looking at the top responsibilities of product managers, you'll find these three: user consumer research, financial forecasting, prioritization, but basically setting the roadmap, setting that North Star goal. However, when product management is everywhere, when the environment of product mindset pervades all aspects of the corporation, hyper collaboration, and maximizing the skills of everyone across the organization towards the best business and consumer outcomes for a product, it requires an updated set of skills. The skills evolve, they change. With the new top responsibilities: coaching, mentorship, training, supporting the best practices of the larger organization, bring everyone's best all together. Of course, you'll still see prioritization there. That bring everything all together into a cohesive strategy, a vision, setting the high level direction and prioritization for the product to accelerate learning and minimizing risks towards the success of all stakeholders and parties. Let's put even more simply, between today and tomorrow, moving from product management, moving from important to essential. Today, product managers are generally seen as important to the success of an organization and product. Tomorrow, they will be seen as essential. It should also be noted that as more product management is understood and integrated into the larger corporate body, there will be downward pressure on the net number of product managers in a company, coinciding with a major upward shift in their importance to the greater product and corporate success. Put another way, as product management increases in importance and pervades and spreads throughout the organization, there is going to be a lessening of the total number of product managers possibly seen in the organization. But their importance, those who are there, their importance will be ever that much more increased. All this spells out a future driven by holistic product management, one made up of one made up of the parts that you see here. Starting with the first one at the top, the ecosystem, focusing on solving the most important problems that deliver the greatest value, aligned to key business objectives. When you focus on the problem, the scope of what is referred to as the product expands. It is no longer fixated on specific features, but becomes the ecosystem as the product. The customers, administration, systems, frameworks, processes, support, servers, brand, everyone and everything that touches or is adjacent to the product, allowing for the best identification of the solution to this high value problem. Next, empowerment of the customer, of the product manager. It's about understanding everyone's strengths, what they bring to the table, how to optimize the unified value of it all. Working with more specialists and experts, empowering them to drive their respective SME roadmaps, and aligning everyone. It's not about teams, not about that ownership. It's an expert at UX. If you have an expert at UX, align and empower them to bring their best. Customer success, problem identification, help them identify the pressing problems. Help engineers understand the UX research related to the customer success problems and empower them to solve it. Enablement or holistic enablement, teaching and spreading the best product practices, coaching clients from the executive committees to their pods and teams, collectively identifying new product opportunities, training and mentoring product managers and other organizational departments and communities, constantly upgrading subject matter expertise and product skills with the latest to share with other PMs and clients, providing long-term guidance from senior product leadership. Furthermore, to raise everyone's awareness and understanding of both the product mindset and the PM tool set, raising all boats and everyone's performance. Next comes experimentation. Integrating experimentation into everything and continuous learning, questioning everything, moving quickly with curiosity, minimizing risk, increasing chance of success, and maximizing the value delivered versus the cost and time spent. This is throughout the organization now. Expertise. When you're talking about expertise, it's about leveraging diversity, cross-pollinating ideas and experience, not just amongst team members, but across teams, across business units, across the organization or organizations. Developing deep subject matter expertise, both horizontally, the markets, and vertically, UX, AI, IoT. When you put it all together, when you put all of this together, this lovely flower here before you, solving the big problems, pushing beyond the KBOs, iterating, experimenting, learning, etc. The future isn't about the product manager, but the pod. Everyone's expertise, teammates, clients, customers, sales, HR, other pots. It's about how they, the PM, can make the most of everyone, resources, tools, networks, data, and bring that information and action together into a coherent product strategy that solves the important problems for the business and its customers. So today we talked about the people driving change, the impact of product management and managers, the impact of on companies, clients, and customers, the key components to the shape of this future: inclusion, collaboration, distribution, being driven by the newer generations, Y and Z, shaping our workforce, resulting in holistic product management shaped by the 5 E's: ecosystem, empowerment, enablement, experimentation, and expertise. That's outcome driven, strengthened by user experience and product marketing, built on modern engineering at global scale, imbued with delivery excellence. When you put it all together, the future of product management, the role, the impact on markets and companies, future facing product led digital transformation is aligned to solve the big problems, push beyond the KBOs, drive iteration, experimentation, learning. The future isn't A future of product management isn't about the product manager. It's the team. It's everyone's expertise and teammates and clients and customers, HR. It's about how they, the product manager, can make the most of everyone: resources, tools, data, unify the information and action into a coherent product strategy that solves the important problems for the business and the customers, aligned towards continued success and market advantage through all form of market condition. With standardization and around frameworks, experimentation, decision making, KPIs accelerated by market leading tools, like some of the ones that I work with today, like Game of Pods or Talent World platforms. Every business problem is solvable through a product mindset. As a result, when looking at emerging and future trends in product, you can find increasing emphasis on achieving key business outcomes with decreasing focus on specific features. These business outcomes, such as mitigating risk, increasing retention, shifting to a new target market, are driven by the parallel product management trends of inclusion, collaboration, distribution. Put simply and demonstrated in part by the pandemic, it's about recognizing that everyone has a key role to play in the success of the product. It's about understanding everyone's strengths and leveraging their expertise. It's about having the capability and rapidly optimizing the unified value towards the product's most important goals: hyper collaboration, diversity, inclusion, expansion of product mindset and management into all corners of the business. This is how I manage my product organization, what we do today for our associates and clients over at Cognizant. And this is what I see for the future of product management. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jeremy. That was great. I really like the way that you broke it down in the beginning, thinking about, the people who are going to be moving into this role and sort of like what things are important to them, not just about what it is today and how that might evolve, but really thinking about the person involved in that. So I liked that breakdown a lot.
Thank you.
Feel free to anyone toss your questions if you have them into the chat. But to sort of kick things off, and you started to touch on this at the end as well, but as so many more companies are thinking about becoming product-led, they're launching with a product-led strategy, they're shifting to a product-led strategy. How do you see the role of product management changing, especially with that big trend?
Well, I think the key piece, like I mentioned a lot of different aspects, but I think the key piece, and I think it's something that almost every new product manager kind of runs into, but the part that will be impacted the most is, I think, as a new product manager, a lot of the time you think you own the whole strategy, you make all the decisions. I think what becomes ever more important, or what changes the most, or what that kind of future holds, is as a product manager, in kind of more of a future facing product management organization. What you're going to start, it's not so much about making every decision. It's really, you're really more of a facilitator, of a coach. Really making sure you, as you yourself, need to understand everyone's strengths, and make sure everyone has a voice, but where you're pulling the best out of everyone and bringing it together. If you're doing that well, in turn, you're setting that North Star, and you're setting that North Star strategy. But I think thinking of yourself, almost first as a coach and facilitator, as a teacher, and getting everyone to really be applying all or part of product management to their own practices. Like I said, whether it's sales or HR, or operations, or whatever part of the organization, to really start to integrate that product mindset. That becomes an increasingly important and valuable part of your role. Also makes your job easier. The more people that understand product management and integrate product mindset, the more people that really understand what you're doing, and help can be more, basically, expand your kind of your unofficial team, into solving the bigger process.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think that's really good advice. And one thing that's a question here as well is, like, if someone's just starting their career, what would sort of be that top piece of advice that you'd give them?
Top piece of advice. I'd say top piece of advice in the context of future of product management.
Yeah.
What I would tell them is, uh, the mentor someone. So find someone that you can help. Now it can be another product manager, but the skill that you really want to develop, is teaching. The skill you want to develop is explaining and communicating. Now, I think, as anyone in product management knows, that's a critical skill in the past and in the future. But when you at first, it helps you just in teaching, and teaching someone else or explaining to someone else. It really helps validate and helps you reevaluate your own understanding of what you know. But as the role evolves, in the directions that we're going, we really need to, as product managers, um, get get much better at, not just teaching to other product managers, but people who have no perspective or no basis or no foundation in what product management is. Everyone's heard product management described a million different ways. But at the end of the day, we're there to not just be the voice of the customer, but really to solve problems, generate business value, for the company, for the users. And that's what we're there for. And I think helping people understand that, whether it's explaining at a high level how to do product management, or what sort of skills someone can apply to their own role, becoming that kind of teacher, or that kind of go-to person that helps, all the other groups be more efficient, is really, something to lean into.
Awesome. And one last question here, and then we're going to wrap it up. But what's the best approach to gain executive buy-in for PLG initiatives?
The best approach to achieve executive buy-in, at the end of the day, especially, the larger the company, the shorter your sentences should be. But at the end of the day, you gotta start with, you gotta lead with data. If you're looking for buy-in, you gotta have the data, you've got to have the research, you got to have that information. And so you need to leverage the expertise of really everyone around you, and build it up, whether it's testimonials from clients, maybe videos of clients. But at the end of the day, you need to have your experiments. You need to have your validations or invalidations of what you're trying to do, and then if you're talking, like we're talking executive team, and I'm assuming medium to large company for that. You got to keep it short. You got to keep it to the point, and make sure you've got your facts and foundation solid.
Awesome. Well, Jeremy, thank you again. I appreciate it. I know everybody else does as well. It's awesome having you here, and I look forward to keeping in touch.
Great. Thank you, everyone, for having me. And if you're looking for me online, look for the product guy on LinkedIn or anywhere else. Feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to help out product people, and always hiring over at Cognizant.
Love it. Okay. Bye, everyone.
See ya.